Well, that's the coolest thing about you is that you do cool stuff with TVs, and I like watching TV, and other people like watching TV, and so there's a good chance that they've probably seen what you've been hanging up on the walls, and that's TVs. Greetings, Red Tie community. It's the Ball Guy and the Red Tie. John Butler, your favorite bald-headed red tie wearing red tie show host and realtor extraordinaire, with a very special guest in the studio today, Mr. Pat Cronin of MVP.
Woo!
Yeah, buddy.
Love it.
I need to get an applause button.
Hello, world.
Hello, world. You have arrived.
I have.
So we have TVs in here,
Mhm.
and you are the TV master, per se.
Try to be.
Yeah. Anyone in this local area of Temecula Valley, if they've gone to restaurants or if they've gone to Aerosport, the trampoline place, they've probably seen your work.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
All around this town, I've done a lot of restaurants. Like I said, the Aerosports jumpy places. And numerous of other places we've done for cameras and Guadalajara's and Luke's Restaurant in Old Town. Tons of places. I've probably done them.
So this whole revolution of the flat screen TV was kind of a godsend for you over the past 20 years, hasn't it been?
Yes. The flat screens, and like right now, the hot thing right now is security cameras.
Also, you do that as well?
Yes.
Okay. And that's why I wanted to have you on the show today because, I sell real estate, and so people are moving into homes, and one of the very first things that they want to do to their house, besides, paint, carpet, that kind of stuff, is hang their TV. If anything, that's probably the first thing that they do.
That's what the man thinks.
Yeah.
The man thinks, where am I putting my TV? That's all he cares about as he's walking through that house.
I had a long conversation with a buyer recently, and you actually installed their TV, but it was, is it going to be on this wall, or is it going to be on that wall? This wall or that wall? And so I have to go see where you hung his TV.
I think it was right over his fireplace.
Oh, he did over the fireplace? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of the gifting that you have is actually you installed my TV.
I've been to your house numerous times.
Over the fireplace. And what I love about your work is that it's meticulous because you had to do some drywall stuff, to hide the wires and things. It's always kind of silly when you see a TV hanging and then the wires are just dangling down. You're like, oh, that doesn't look all that great.
Yeah, we see that a lot. Actually, a lot of people do that to try to do it their home job, try to do it themselves, so they hire what's called a handyman.
Yeah.
Handymans are not TV installers, but they try, and I go repair those too.
Very cool. So how did you get into installing TVs? Like, what led you to this journey?
Well, I ran a company when I first started this over 14 years ago called Southwest Dealer Services, and I was the one that used to put TVs in cars where they had the flip downs and the headrest.
Oh, that was
so
a big thing.
I was the head of that, and Southwest Dealer Services was a company that did it for all the Southern California dealerships. I mean, everyone. So like when you go buy a car, or anybody in this world buys a car, you go sign your paperwork. It's always you want to paint fab protection, you want the alarm, you want the extended warranty. Well, that's Southwest Dealer Services. They're the ones that sell that stuff to you. And then they make their margins. And then one of them I was ahead of was the TVs. So I took care of all the Southern California dealerships. Well, what happened way back when is there's a new introduction called the iPad came out. And so now you could buy an iPad back then for like $499, $399 versus $2,100, $2,500 for two headrests, but the kids can now do what the heck they want. So our marketing was declining rapidly because of iPad.
Interesting.
Then the Samsung tablets and all the tablets started coming out, and so the little kids could have something to do nowadays. So it was going down, so the company at that point in time pulled me in the office and said, we don't want to fire you, but we don't want to marry any more cars because we had to match the factory warranty. And so they said, we're not going to be around 3 more years or 4 more years. So they offered me the whole company of that side. They said, we're not going to let you go, but we are. You got to change your name. You're going to keep the phone number. That's hence why I have a 760 number out of Carlsbad. And we're going to email all the dealerships and let them know that you're on your own now, not through us, but they only knew me anyway because I was the face of it.
Right.
And what they also offered me was for the next 3 years, they would take care of compensation for me to go do all the repairs that needed to happen, do whatever it took to get clear Southwest for the last 3 years.
Got it.
Plus, they gave me all the merchandise that we had. I mean, it was a great offer. The only thing I was scared about is, okay, now I don't have a check coming in. But I knew what that part made because I was the one that did the books. So I knew I could last. And then I brought it up to one of my good friends, Rick and Pam, and they said, "Oh, Mike, you got this." And of course, then my backbone, my wife, everyone knows Susan Johnson Cronin. She just said, "You know what? We can do this." And she said, "You're going to do this," because me and you and her as a couple. So we said, "I got you." So also with her knowing so many people in actually your field, she got to have me walk in and meet all the real estate agents. And exactly what you just said earlier is everyone needs what I do.
Yeah.
Even back 13 years ago.
Yep.
Everybody still needs what I do. So it came to be an easy process because of her. She introduced me to everybody. So it helped out big time.
Yeah, and for those who are in the Temecula Valley real estate industry, you'd probably definitely know Susan Johnson Cronin. She is a dynamic woman, so fiery, blonde-haired, go-getter, team leader, world shaker, mover, and things like that. So I think
rah-rah girl.
Well, I could see how that pairing is a dynamic force to be reckoned with. So you're a lucky man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. She's my world.
Yeah, and